has an effect on your children's admission to get into college. I didn't.
I did.
So our 3rd and 5th graders that are taking STAR tests to pass to the next level, if they don't pass that, their chances of getting into an Ivy League university decreases. So my goal is today is to let you all know and inform you all of what STAR testing does to our children. I know I have friends and family members where their little ones are stressing out this past year. 3rd graders, this is the first time they're going to take an end of year course that's really going to impact them on moving forward in their education. I know as a college student, I stress every time I turn in assignments. But for our little ones, 3rd graders and 5th graders, knowing that they're in a grading period of their life really puts a lot of stress on them. I know some children have, gotten sick over it. They're not eating. They're throwing up in class the day before or the day of the test. Why do we do this to our children? Why is it that we have to label them so young that we have to stress them out over a test? Now, I'm all for having tests for our children. I'm not saying that having a test for our kids is a bad thing. We need to ensure that they are progressing in life. We need to ensure that they are understanding the items that we're teaching them or we're trying to influence them on. But why do we need to label it so drastically? So they go all year as an AB honor roll student. And this one test is going to either make or break them. While doing my research, I came across an article on 10 things, 10 things on STAR testing that we can improve on. Of course, they're all good, but knowing that our kids are judged on one test for the rest of their life. So they take this test in the 5th grade to pass to the 6th grade. They can miss it by 1. Their chances are done. My kiddos want to go to UT Austin or UTSA, but because they missed one question on that test. And I'm not saying, I'm not bashing community college, but if they can get a full scholarship ride to an Ivy League university at Harvard or at Stanford, why not? Why can't we change our test mechanism for our kids? Why can't we tell them throughout the year, you're going to have several tests, yes. I will not tell you which of these tests are going to pass or fail you. Because I want you to pay attention to what I'm teaching you. I want you to enjoy learning as well. Why don't we tell our kiddos, hey, we're going to take a test today, but I want to know where you fall in understanding mathematics. I want to know where you fall in understanding your reading if you're on grade level this year. If we need to improve on your reading skills. But them not knowing that this test is going to grade them. So also doing my research in STAR testing, our kiddos are given this test at the end of the year that is not even their language for that grade level. They can be taught mathematics on their grade level all year, but when it comes to testing at the end of the year on their STAR test, that language is 2 years ahead of them. So I'm not saying, my kiddo is, they're not as advanced as other kiddos because they can't read 2 grades above. But what if my kid is not that advanced? What if, little Charlie can read at a high school level in 5th grade? Because let me tell you, there probably is some, little GT students that are out there that can do that. And I praise them for that. They're working really hard. But what about my little Sally that can't read on grade level, or just has a little bit more difficulty, or has dyslexia and has not been diagnosed as dyslexia, so they're not gonna get that extra assistance. So they do good, they're passing C's, B's all year, and they get this grade at the end of this test, at the end of the year. That is 2 years advanced for them. That's a foreign language. To me, in all honesty, that's a foreign language for my kiddo to try to understand. I know when my daughter was in younger years in school, trying to help her understand these reading math questions, yes, I'm going to interpret it one way and still get the correct answer, but trying to explain it to her and have her understand it in a different way, you have to kind of get creative. And you kind of have to bring it down to their level. Because again, not everybody's on the same level. So when our kiddos do fail that one test, it not only hurts their ego, because their friends are now going on to the next grade and they have to stay back. Some kiddos stress out because I didn't do well enough this year, Mom and Dad. So I have to work extra harder to prove to you all that I'm better, that I can do better. So I hope in this little bit of time that I'm with you all, I've given you some information to help you take a stand with me on changing STAR testing. Again, I am not against STAR testing. I am not against any type of testing, but why stress our kiddos out when we don't need to? There are already enough stress for them with our modern day technology and bullying and trying to understand some of our assignments where they have to do them online. So why give them that extra stress of testing? So what I propose, and I hope I can get more votes, is we give our kiddos tests. But again, we give it throughout the year. And we don't tell them that it's a STAR or a make and break you test. We don't stress them out about this STAR testing. Now, back when I was in school, it was TAC. So whatever they change it to in the next couple of years, so be it. But we don't stress our kids out. So I want to thank you all, and I hope I've educated you all just enough to convince you to stand with me in changing the way of our testing for our kids. If you would like, I can take a vote now. If you all are with me on changing the testing for our kids, if I can please see your hands. And if you're against, please say nay.